Well, good morning. I'm here today with Liz Torres of Bridgeport Neighborhood Trust, and just so delighted to talk with you and all the great work you all are doing here in Bridgeport. I'm so excited about the Holly Street home. It's 128 Holly Street. It's a home built to LEED standard, and it's an amazing project for Bridgeport. So tell us a little bit about Bridgeport Neighborhood Trust. When did it first start?
Okay, so Bridgeport Neighborhood Trust was actually started in 1986, so it's been around for more than 20 years, providing an array of services, mostly for low-income families. Our mission is to strengthen communities, and we do that by developing affordable housing, creating healthy homes with a focus on lead remediation, and we also provide comprehensive homeownership counseling for low-income families.
Well, that's wonderful. And when did you first join the organization?
So I came to Bridgeport about 6 years ago, and I actually came to Bridgeport Neighborhood Trust to manage a public housing replacement initiative, which we are in the final stages of finishing up. And when coming to Bridgeport, I realized that there was so much potential here, and I also realized that there wasn't a whole lot of nonprofit capacity or other nonprofits doing housing development and community development work here in Bridgeport. And so I felt that Bridgeport Neighborhood Trust could help provide some of the services that currently weren't being provided for low-income families in Bridgeport.
And this idea of going green and building a green home, when did that idea come to you all?
I would love to take the credit, right, for coming up with the vision for 128 Holly Street, but it actually started before I came to Bridgeport. It was Ann Robinson, who at the time was the executive director, along with the Yale Urban Design Workshop, and Donald Watson, as well as Michael Taylor from Vita Nova. They were the team that came up with the vision for this green home, and what they developed really was just not a green home just for Bridgeport, but what we hope would be a model home for other communities and other organizations to build, in their neighborhoods. And
that's something. This model, is that something that you'd like to see happen in Connecticut, across the country?
Right, absolutely. It's a home perfect for infill lots in urban areas. So, several years ago, cities decided to demolish many of their abandoned and blighted properties, leaving these vacant lots sitting there that are non-conforming. And so the idea behind this model home is that it actually fits itself nicely into an infill lot.
And you worked with Connecticut Green Building Council and other organizations with the LEED standards for the green home?
Right. I mean, so I actually have attended trainings through the Connecticut Green Building Council on LEED. What we did was we hired Stephen Winters to serve as our third-party certifier, and we worked very, very closely with them on the design and to ensure that in each rating factor we were including in our plans components that would help us achieve each one of those rating factors.
Can you give us a couple examples of what makes the house green?
So a couple of things that makes the house green is that we have all of the lighting fixtures, appliances, and windows will be Energy Star rated. We also have bathroom fans in the bathrooms to help keep the circulation going kind of throughout the house. We also used recycled materials, recycled vinyl. The material that we used on the building is actually 70% recycled vinyl.
Wow.
We also used a certain paint, low VOC paint. The flooring that we used was wood. We didn't want to put carpet.
Right.
So those are some of the examples of
and
what makes sense. We also have the landscaping plan. The landscaping plan for this building cost us $13,000. So the plants are all grown here locally.
Native plants.
Yes, and we also have a water retention system. So there's a well in the underneath the ground in the backyard, so that when it rains, the water is maintained on the site.
Now, is this really the first green home here in Bridgeport?
This is the first LEED certified two-family home here in Connecticut. So it's not green because, right, anybody can say that they're building green, right? They've done some extra insulation, they use some recycled materials, but our building is built to the LEED standard, which is a higher standard of building green.
Well, you've all worked so hard, and congratulations on this wonderful
excited.
accomplishment, and thank you so much for coming and talking with us today.
Thanks.